My AI agent is updating its own to-do list. It made a software for me, makes beautiful thumbnails, and sends me messages. The best part, I didn't code any of it. I just told Claude Code what I wanted in plain English. In a minute, you're about to understand the real difference between ChatGPT and Claude Code. We'll set up your Claude Code agent on your computer in minutes, build your first personal operating system to manage your agent, and give your AI agent its first real task and watch it execute that job completely. You're about to feel what I felt, and you won't go back. So by the end of this video, you will have your own AI agent capable of doing real tasks for you. And your problem is going to be to figure out what to do when your agent is doing all your work. So let's get started with number 1, ChatGPT versus Claude Code. Here's the thing nobody is explaining properly. When you use ChatGPT, you're having a conversation. You ask something, it gives you an answer, and then you go do the thing. That's useful, but Claude Code is fundamentally different. You're not having a conversation, you're assigning a task. You say, go build this, and it actually goes into the files, your tools, your databases, and it does it. It's not a chatbot, it's a worker. Number 2, my aha moment. Let me tell you exactly when it clicked for me. I have been using AI for 2 years now. ChatGPT, Claude, N8N, and it has been useful, but I'm still doing all the work. Then one day I installed Claude Code, I turned on the bypass permissions, and I told it, build me a workflow that runs every morning at 7 a.m., scrapes the top trending AI topics, picks the best ones for my niche, writes a content angle for each, and sent it to me on Telegram. It actually built the thing, connected the APIs, tested it, and the next morning at 7 a.m., my phone buzzed, and it was my daily morning briefing. And that's when I realized that as long as you know what the output is that you want, this thing can build it for you. And every single day, it gets smarter and does better work. And that's what have gotten me obsessed. Number 3, install Claude Code. So let me show you how to get this up and running on your computer right now. It takes less than 5 minutes. So the first step is go to claudecode.com/download. Select Mac or Windows, open the file, and install Claude. And just like that, you're on the inside. But you need to do 3 things in order for it to be the best version it can be. Number 1 is you need a paid plan. So just go to the bottom left, click on the Max plan, and click on Upgrade Plans. Then upgrade to the Pro plan because that allows you to get Claude Code and Claude Cowork. Now you will see Claude Code in the top. But the second thing we need to do is to allow bypass permissions mode. This allows it to run without you having to click yes, yes, I accept, I am just dumb human. So all you need to do is open the sidebar, click in the bottom, then on settings, then on Claude Code, and then click on allow bypass permissions mode. Awesome. If you've done that, you should now see enable for this session. You may have to close and reopen Claude again. And you can see it now here in the bottom left of your chat window. We have bypass permissions mode that before was not enabled. But then you need to set up a folder that Claude Code can live inside of, store all the files, its system prompts and memory and project and all of that. We're gonna take that later, don't worry. So just click on your folder in the bottom, and here you can just click on choose a different folder, open your documents, make a new folder, name it Claude folder, create, and open. And just like that, you've given Claude everything it needs in order to go fully autonomously without any permissions. Wait, hold on. It actually can't do that. Yeah. It cannot do that. Yeah, it can just do your work. All right, let's get back to it by going to number 4, build your operating system. Here you can see your agent's first OS. So before you give it a task, you need a simple system to track what it does. Think of it like your AI agent's brain. it needs somewhere to store things, and we're gonna use Google Sheets because it's free and everyone has it. Here in the bottom, we have to do, where every single to do item that you need to get done is put here. The up next is a prioritization tab where all the best tasks that are the most important goes into up next. And the in progress are the 1 or 2 that you're actually working on right now or your agents are working on. Then you have shipped, which of course is tasks that your agent has completed. So this is your agent's operating system. It's simple on purpose. Every time your agent does something, it logs it here. Every time you have an idea, it goes in the to-do. This is how you go from I tried AI once to AI runs part of my life. To get access to this, just go to our free community in the link in the description. Can't believe you guys are loving it. 300 members in just 1 week. Bless every single one of you. Just click on the classroom and the classroom AI agent. Here you can see AI Mate OS, and all you need to do is click on this Google Sheets template, click on File and make a copy, change the name to AI Mate OS and your name in the end. Then make a copy. So now your agent has a brain, but for us to really make an impact, we have to go to number 5, do the first task. So this is where it gets real. I'm going to give Claude Code a task right now, live, and you're gonna watch it. So as you can see, work in progress, I've written make 5 to-do list items in the to-do tab. And if I would give you that task, you'd probably easily be able to do it. And you've probably done this for your entire life, manually putting things into Google Sheets. But take a look at this. Let's open Claude Code right now. And what I'm gonna do is give it access to this spreadsheet. I'll make sure to be in my Claude folder, be in the bypass permissions. The first prompt is going to be, can you access this document? And I'm gonna send it a link. Enter. And as you can see in the top, this is high risk because we are using bypass permissions mode. It's not really that high risk, but of course, Claude Code can do anything. And as you can see, since I have set up Google Sheets credentials, it's easily able to see the in progress, up next, to do and shipped. But if it's the first time that you're setting it up, it's probably going to say, no, I can't see it. But you just follow Claude Code's instructions on how to get there and you'll get to this page here. The next prompt is, what is in progress? Make 5 to-do list items in the to-do tab. And here's the magic question. Can you do this for me? Here you can see, let me check the to-do tab structure first, then add 5 items. The to-do tab just has a header. Let me quickly check the other tabs to understand the format style used. I could add 5 items like general AI Mate OS setup task or whatever you have in mind. Just let me know and I'll write them in. So this is where you have to use the human brain. Pretty incredible machine, that one too. But I don't want to write the tasks. I want Claude to understand my goals, my systems and processes and my entire business so it can give me tasks. And so what I want you to do is, you probably have a document somewhere where you have your goals and you have your master process doc and you have your backbone, all your goals and stuff like that. I'm just going to give it the link to all of the context and say, based on these documents, can you write the 5 most important things to do? And I'll send it a couple of links because it can access anything on the internet through API keys. You just have to set them up once and it should have direct access to pretty much any software that you're using. Or if you just want to copy paste a bunch of stuff in here, you can do that. Or if you want to ask it, hey, can you ask me some questions and then write the to-dos? That's perfectly fine as well. I just click on paste. Bada bing, bada boom. It's pulling the sources. Now that I have the full picture, let me write the 5 most important to-dos based on both sources. As you can see, we got it here in the chat, which is normal for you if you are using ChatGPT or LLMs. But if we head back to AI Mate OS, you can see that it's actually written right here in the sheet. And these to-dos are actually incredible. But this is where the beauty begins. Look at this prompt here. Awesome job. Mark the in progress as done. Then pull the next into in progress, and let's do that together. Click on enter, and you may now start to realize the insane power of this. Every morning, you can essentially send it this exact prompt, and you can work together with your AI agent. But to take it even further, we have to just do one more thing. Number 6, self-improvement. So let me get high picture before we go into the nitty-gritty how to do it. Step number 1 is always that you give it a repetitive task that you do on a daily basis. For me as a content writer, it's making the idea, writing the script, filming, editing, thumbnail, and publish. This is something a content creator has to do. So instead of you doing it manually this time, what I want you to do is say to it, give me ideas. And you just completed step number 1. Then number 2 is that Claude Code tries to execute that task and it goes to the output. And maybe the output is 5 ideas that you can try to use. But it's not going to be incredible. So that's why we need to go to the third place, and I'll show you architecturally and structurally how to make this work in a minute, but you have to give it feedback, what you loved about the output, what you hated about the output. And we head to number 4, that Claude writes the idea process. And I want you to think about Claude Code as a process engineer. Every task in the world can be broken down into step-by-step processes. And in Claude Code, we call these skills. So an idea skill, a scripting skill, is basically just a process of instructions step by step how to do the thing. So you need to set up your folder system like this. The first one you need is a CLAUDE.md file. This is a file that it reads every time it opens up. So here is where you can give instructions of, hey, your skills are in the skills folder and you got these skills that you can use. And it's going to remember that every time. As you can see in my own folder, we have a Claude.md. And if I open it, you can see it has all these skills, architecture, a bunch of stuff. If you want my Claude.md, just go into the AI agent in the free community, click on Claude.md and download my Claude.md, maybe to get some inspiration. But the most important part is how you set up your skills folder. When you write ideas.md, which is essentially the process document, inside of the Claude.md, the number 1 thing you need to do is to, at the end of your prompt chain and you've done the ideas generation and you've given it feedback and you say, do it again, and you've actually made it good, save it. Make sure that every single time you're at the end, you have a prompt that says, save the changes to my Claude.md and Skill.md. And it's going to remember it and it's going to update it. And again, from the feedback loop that I just talked to you about right here, if you don't do this step, it's not going to self-improve and you'll be really frustrated that you're going 1 step back every time you go 2 steps forward. That's what a lot of people are missing. Lastly, a context folder that has your goals, customer, and team makes it super easy for the agent to know contextually what is going on so it can give you better results. So that means 1 Claude.md file, 1 skills folder, and 1 context folder. There's a lot more that we could cover, but here is what I want you to take away from this. It's not about having an AI to have conversations with. It's about having a worker that never sleeps, never complains, and gets better every single day. You just set it up. You just gave it its first task. And now the question is, what's the next task? What's the thing in your life that you do every day and wish someone else could handle? Because that's your next prompt. That's how this works. 1 task at a time until one day you wake up and realize that your AI agent is running half your business, giving you the ultimate freedom to create anything. And if you're a real online business and you're saying, I need this now, hop on a call with me and my team. We'll help you get all the pieces in the right places. And also subscribe, because in the next video, I'm going to take it away from Claude Code, turn it into Slack, Telegram so you can actually have an AI employee where you do your work. So I hope you like this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.